I'm Pastor John McClain, here to anoint this show once again with the best motivational coach on this side of the Mississippi, and my buddy with I Believe in Myself coaching, Andreas Ruiz.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate your kind words, man.
You ready for this,
I'm
brother?
ready, dude. I'm so pumped right now.
We bring it every week, and
Absolutely.
I feel like this. We're going to bring it again this week. I
Yes,
feel
sir.
it. I feel it like in our bones.
Yes.
Yeah, and I definitely know that this first half of the show is going to be excelente because we got Mary McGuire here in studio with us, and she just exudes positive energy. She's like, she was so concerned about like the video being on, but I'm happy for her because I know it's going to come across well, and it's just, we're all just positivity is just bouncing around this room.
Absolutely.
So, Thank you for being here with us.
Thanks for having me,
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
And then on the second half of the show, we have Patrick Lopez with Mpg Automotive that will be talking about all of their awesome locations. They got like, I think, a dozen locations around the city. And they started that new program that they talked about the last time on our show with teaching people how to do mechanics, having a training program to kind of give them some level of certification to get them jobs in the industry. So it's super cool to hear about that, and then all the other stuff that we'll get into today. So, but you know how we do it. You know how we do it, Andreas. At the beginning of this show, we give blessings to the man, the being, the person, our Father who makes this all possible, that made it so that we can be blessed to be here today, that we, at a time of transgression, a time where we were all scared and tucked away, me and you stepped out, we started this show, and we've been able to highlight a lot of amazing people. And if it wasn't for a loving Father giving us the energy and the strength to do so, it wouldn't be possible. So therefore, at the beginning of every show, we start off by giving him a little love. And today is going to be the Lord's Prayer. And it goes a little something like this. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Yes, amen.
Every time it does it to me, man. Like I always like search for the perfect response after doing our opening prayer, but there's nothing. It just it's just love, just searching through me. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
And that being said, let's turn it over to the woman of the half hour, Mrs. Mary McGuire, the director of Mentoring Tucson's Kids. Man, that packs a punch. That's a lot there. That's something huge. Like, even when Andreas told me he wanted to have you on the show, I was like, when I read the name of this organization, I was like, we got something awesome coming. I can't wait to share this. So I guess I'll turn it over to you, Andreas, since you're friends. I'm sure one of many powerhouse friends that you've brought onto the show. So fill us in. Yeah, he does. You'd be surprised.
It's amazing. It's awesome.
I've been blessed to get to know Mary. I met her through a podcast that we had a few years ago, and I mean, I just really loved her energy. She's just always got an amazing smile. Really nice woman, and I was like, I really love what she does for the community. So, and I think this is one of the kind of like a lot of people don't know about mentoring Tucson's kids. So we want to, bring more to the community and, just show everybody what mentoring Tucson's kids do. And so thank you, Mary, for being here. I really appreciate you. So
thanks for having me.
Definitely. So let's just get this started. Tell us what is mentoring Tucson's kids?
So we are a faith-based mentor program for at-risk youth in Pima County, ages 6 to 17. Our main focus are youth living in single-parent homes or involved in the foster care system. So it's one-on-one mentoring for a year-long commitment. It's an average of 3 hours a week, but we know that life happens, so we always tell our mentors the most important part is consistency. So a lot of our kids, as I'm sure you guys know, they've experienced a lot of letdown in their life, so we really want to foster that positive relationship. So after that year, they have the option of staying on as an alumni match until they turn 18. And then we plan monthly events that we invite our matches to, as well as kids on the wait list. So we do an annual fishing trip down to Patagonia Lake, which another amazing nonprofit sponsors us for. We do photography with Parks in Focus. So we really are looking for fun and free, low-cost activities in the community. to get our kids connected with.
Mm-hmm. So when you say mentoring, what does that entail exactly?
So that is a great question.
Yeah, I tried.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah. Thank you. One for me.
High five.
All right. Yeah.
The plastic. So mentoring really it's walking alongside somebody, just kind of like Andres and I are sitting right now through life. So it's being an encourager, a supporter. Because we are faith-based, we ask that our mentors are actively praying for their kids, for their families, and we as a board and staff are actively praying over all of our matches, our donors. But it's really kind of figuring out those first 3 months are building a relationship. So getting to know each other. And then after that, depending on the age and what's going on, knowing that each child gets referred to us for a variety of different reasons, we ask them to kind of set a goal that they both want to work on. And we have worksheets, resources, tools that we provide to them, but it really should be natural. So it's getting together weekly, talking about life, doing life together, sharing family time, things like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and everything you stand for is really cool, and it's something that I think is really needed in the community right now. And so tell us a little bit, like, how did you get into this type of work?
That is a great question, too. So I'm going to high five you through there. There we go.
There we go.
Despite
One for me.
So I have always loved working with kids. I have a passion for kids as well as the teenagers. But for myself, I distinctly remember going through my high school years and just really feeling like I could have used a mentor. So wanting somebody to talk to about what is a healthy relationship? What are healthy boundaries? What does anxiety look like? What does depression look like? Career choices. And I grew up in a loving 2-parent home. My parents are amazing. And it's truly a miracle they're still married. They will tell you that openly.
Good job, Mr. and Mrs.
I know.
McGuire.
Good job, Dad and Mom. But it really, despite all of that, I could have used somebody. And so that really stuck with me. And I never wanted anybody to feel alone. Like they're smiling on the outside, but inside, they're really kind of dying. And so just wanting to make sure that we provide that support, especially now, after 2020, more than ever.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, we have Mary McGuire here in studio with us with Mentoring Tucson Kids. I'm guessing if you go like mentoringtucsonkids.com or something like that.
Mentoring Tucson's, and it's TUCSONS, KIDS.org.
.org. We will be back with her right after this break. This is the Common Good Radio Show brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. There's a little something out there called IBelieveInMyself.org. That's where you go to get some coaching, some consultation. Also, you can buy the book by the author, Andreas Ruiz, called Morning Warrior Secrets, Morning Rituals for Health, Happiness, and Wealth. And you can also sign up for, I think you're doing like some free 30-minute consultation or something like that.
Yeah,
Why don't you tell
a free coaching session if you want to overcome your fears, create a strategy for that big vision you desire, so you can start to create that legacy that you want to leave behind. So,
absolutely. So he is definitely my coach, one of my best friends, my co-host on this show. Definitely I'm a little bit biased, but I strongly recommend you go to IBelieveInMyself.org to get a little coaching help yourself, get that little boost you need to get to that next level. It's the Common Good Radio Show brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. I'm still Pastor John McClain. You're still Andreas Ruiz. And we still believe in ourselves.
Yes, absolutely.
That's good.
Gotta believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. So
that's it. That's like the first step. It's like the left foot, believe in yourself. Right foot, the rest of people believe in you.
And you shake it all about. And that's it.
Exactly.
That'll be the next song you play.
And then we have somebody else that believes in themselves.
Yeah,
Mary
someone
McGuire.
else that knows is very proficient in the hokey pokey.
Yes.
Because she deals with children and mentoring. And if you can't mentor kids if you don't know the hokey pokey.
Yes.
I think that's clinical fact, right?
I mean,
it's true. I still cannot do the electric slide, though.
Oh, really?
Oh, man.
So sorry. No.
Goodness. Don't tell that to the kids. You'll lose street cred with the kids. Yeah.
They're like, what's the electric slide?
I know. Thank you. So we're right there.
Yeah. So that awesome lady that you hear, that's Mary McGuire. She is the director of Mentoring Tucson's Kids.
Yep.
Thank you again for being here with us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. So, yeah, Mr. Andreas, what do we got?
Yeah, so, I mean, I know that we talked a little bit about COVID and how it's impacted the whole world, but how has COVID impacted your organization?
Not at all. No, I'm just kidding. We actually definitely found that pause from March of last year till about May, was actually a blessing because as a small nonprofit, we were just running all over trying to keep up with everything. And so for myself, that was actually a nice pause to reevaluate everything, restructure things. And for our mentors and mentees, we offer different opportunities to connect virtually as everybody was really focusing on that. But our main focus during that time was really making sure the emotional mental health for our mentors, the mentees, their families, that basic needs were being met, because that was a huge part. I think for everybody, there's just this culture shock of what's going on here. So then, because we are one-on-one and there is that allowance for the 6 feet physical distancing, outdoor activities in Arizona, even though it was a little bit hot, encouraging our matches, especially because the kids were shut in so often. So really encouraging them to get out and do activities and have some fun together.
It's interesting that you say that I mean, granted, it's a breath of fresh air, and it makes sense as far as kind of like you plant the seed and then you water the seed and the seed kind of buds and it grows. But certainly I would imagine not having that contact would have been difficult for the mental health, especially I know for our group of guys that we work for, and even myself particularly, that, like you're saying, that gap between March, maybe almost to September, October, there's a large swath of the population that wouldn't get close to you within a 100-foot pole, and it was hard to even find any engagement. So one, it was great that this program exists, so these kids have that, and two, I guess a 3-point point that I'll make here. Two, it's nice that you kind of learned how these are virtual tools, these are some kind of online tools we can put in our toolbox, and then 3, it's good that we kind of got through that. And then they have this program where they can, have somebody to engage with and somebody to kind of, step in, a step parent or step brother or step uncle in a way. Because it definitely seems like, from what I could assess, this is almost kind of like a Boys and Girls Club plus type program that you have here.
I would say it's more like Big Brothers, Big Sisters, like a Christian Big Brothers, Big Sisters program. Specifically because in our mentoring relationships, we focus on 3 different areas. So there's academic/intellectual growth. So knowing that not every child is college bound, and that's okay. We want to really support them with their gifts, their talents, their purpose. But helping them graduate high school, so really focusing on that academic piece, and then learning life skills. And then the second part is social emotional growth, so applying healthy relationship, learning coping skills, different things like that. And then the third part is spiritual growth. So although we are a faith-based program, we accept referrals from youth and families from all different faiths and backgrounds, but just being clear, similar to Gap Ministries and Gospel Rescue Mission, this is who we are, this is why we do what we do, but knowing that if they don't have the same beliefs, that's okay, but just knowing that we're just going to pray for them on our own. And so then that kind of shifts from just helping them discover purpose, like what are their gifts, what's their calling in life.
And so the thing that comes to mind, are you working with schools at all, or how's that?
We are. So that's one of our referral sources. So referrals come from schools, they come from therapists, they come from social workers, probation officers. But what we found with schools shutting down was that everybody kind of went on survival mode, and I totally get that. But mentoring kind of seems like it's an additional thing, like it's an extra, it's not a necessity. And so now that with schools opening back up, really reconnecting with the schools and saying, hey, we're here to support your kids. We just need you to refer them, and then we'll take it from there.
Are you in connection with the administration with Tucson International Academy? Does that ring a bell?
No, we haven't been.
Interesting. If you're able to stick around for 30 minutes after this show, we'll actually have you on the Making College Come True radio show with the superintendent of Tucson International Academy. And I think that would be a great link for the both of you, because that's a place that Andreas has been coaching the kids and the teachers there for quite a while. And I'm sure to link up with you, it would mean a lot to her, as well as just having you on the show. It's 3-4 month old show, and she's having one of the students that's just graduated on the show for the second part of the show. But I don't see why.
Oh, that's awesome.
Why not having you on the first part talk about the awesome work that you do?
That would be incredible. I would love that. Cool. Because it's, definitely connecting with the schools where there's a need.
Yeah, and I think this is something that she will really support, certainly as she's she's a special woman that wants to kind of provide for the kids whatever she can to, make college come true for them. But she as well, is the same school of thought. College isn't for everybody, but let's help get them to the next step. A big part of that is graduating high school and mentoring, coaching, all these different tools that luckily we have in our toolbox now. But like you said, we wish we had them in our toolbox back when we were with these kids' age. So
absolutely.
So we got about a minute left. Tell the listening audience how they can connect with you guys, and how if they have a kid that wants to plug in, what that looks like.
Absolutely. So our website again is www.mentoring Tucson's Tucsons kids.org. Right. So if you're interested in becoming a mentor, you can actually start the application online, and then our mentor coordinator will follow up with you for next steps. And again, knowing that summer's coming up, we're really trying to get everybody ready so that we can connect matches over the summer, so we can start the school year strong. So that's the one way for the mentors. For the kids, you can actually go online and share information that you're interested in referring a youth. Nice. We have thought about having the application online, but what we found is that it's helpful for us to get a little bit more information through that referral process. So that's another step, or you're welcome to contact me at 520-624-4765 extension 2.
Nice. And so say that phone number one more time.
520-624-4765 extension 2.
Okay, and the website one more time.
www.mentoring Tucson's kids.org.
Awesome.
Perfect. Awesome.
Thank you for coming on with us, Mary.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah. Well, this is the Common Good Radio Show, brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. We're my buddy Andreas Ruiz. You ready to rock this party?
Let's rock and roll, man.
Let's rock it right. Do it. Yeah, absolutely.
That was good.
And we got I want to think is gonna be probably one of my favorite people. Like, I know the last time we had him in the studio, there was like a bromance I felt it was forming.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to have him back here in studio with us. His name is Patrick Lopez of the Lopez clan.
Yeah.
And he is I believe his title is the Vice President of Mpg Automotive.
Yep, I am.
Absolutely. And he's here in studio with it. Thank you for being here, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me back on. I like the show and glad to be back.
Yeah. Last time we had you on, you were here with our mutual buddy, John Hahn.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the awesome work that you guys are doing, pairing with Gap Ministries and creating a mechanics training program.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
Actually, what is that exact wording for it? I tried to phrase it earlier. What's the program
I believe
called?
we call it Auto Tech Training Program.
Okay, Auto Tech Training Program.
So an introductory course, giving them the skills that they need.
Yeah, it's awesome. And so, but let's take just 2 steps backwards, and let's explain to us, particularly for the listening audience that wasn't listening to last show, who is Mpg Automotive?
Yeah, well, thanks for the opportunity. Mpg Automotive is a local family-owned business. As you mentioned, I'm the vice president. I'm fortunate enough that my dad does own the company. But it's not just my family in the business. It's many of other families of people that have worked for us. So when we call it a family business, it's a family of families. So it's fantastic. We have 10 locations in Tucson and 3 in El Paso and 1 coming soon, actually, in El Paso.
Nice.
Wow,
so we're growing, and we're very, very blessed to be growing like that. But for those that don't know, we're a one-stop shop automotive service. That means we do everything from tires to brakes to diagnostic. We really pride ourselves on people coming in, giving us the keys and saying, help me out, fix my vehicle, and knowing that we take care of them and their vehicle so that they don't have to worry about, the headaches that come with that.
So El Paso, that's the first time I think I'm hearing of that. Why El Paso?
Well, again, family there.
Nice.
So we did that, and then it's funny, actually, one of our general managers, his brother actually works in El Paso now. So he's not family, but family's over there.
Like in the family business.
It really is. It really is.
That's pretty cool. That's the thing I really like. It resonated with me the last time you were on the show. Like, not only that, you guys are a family business, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Especially it's touted throughout, buying local, not support family businesses so mom and pop don't get run out of town.
Yes.
And then not only that, but like the focus that you have among, the staff or the employees to have family there, have trusted people there. So, I mean, it's just literally this family culture and ambiance that's among your organization.
Yeah, you work more productive when you have people around you that you work well with, right? We don't always work well with our families. I'm sure you've had some of that, but no, I mean, we have some great people on the team. So it's great to get their family members in and give them a introduction to this industry, and then they excel. So it's a great part about it.
What do you feel has kept the business so strong, have that relationship? Like, what do you feel have been like 2 or 3 key factors to that bond that you have with your coworkers?
Yeah, well, I think it's the fact that, I mean, people say the business is like family, right? Well, sometimes that means, not the greatest thing, right? That oh, well, it's a family, they look out for themselves. Well, we treat it more like you're our family, whether you're blood or not. You're here to enjoy yourself, to do what you enjoy, which is the automotive industry, which most of them do. It's their career, right? It's not just some side hustle or a job temporarily. It's a career. So I think that's good. And then, second is that, we build this culture of joking, laughing. I mean, you guys saw it last time, obviously. We had great comebacks and witty banter, and we let our people do that as well, right? We don't make them hold their tongues. If they want to have fun at work, as long as they're being respectful and doing the job, that's great. But yeah, I mean, I guess I only really have 2. I mean, I'm sure my employees could tell you many more.
Well, I'd say kind of an offshoot of that. What would you say, like, differentiates MPG from other automotive places?
Yeah, well, I'm going to start off back where we just talked about our people. Our people really do make the difference. That's kind of an internal thing that we say is our people make the difference, and it's true. Without them, and the great team members we have, we just wouldn't stand out the way that we do. So when people come in, they really feel that. They feel like they're taken care of, as if they got the family discount or they got taken care of by somebody who's looking out for their interests. So I think that's great. And then, one thing that's unique, not so much on the people side, but just the programs that we offer. We offer a unique program to our customers. It's a lifetime parts program. And so for an additional $10 on any new part that they purchase, they can enroll that in a Total Car Care Guaranteed for Life program. And so what that means is they buy it once, they never purchase it again. So, a lot of people say, well, what's the catch, right? And from our perspective, it's a loyalty thing. We want people to know that we're willing to help them offset some of that future cost if that part breaks down again later. But I also want to see you back again. And I want you to enroll other parts so that way, if there's a problem later, well, then we have that part covered as well. And then the other part of that is just a yearly inspection or a yearly service. Because we want to make sure that part doesn't fail on them. You don't want to have a lifetime part and be broken down in Phoenix, right? So we ask them to come in every year for a yearly inspection and or service, take a look at the vehicle, make sure it's operating properly, and then they go down the road and know that they're covered. And it gives them more peace of mind. They drive the car more comfortably.
That's a pretty cool feature. I don't know if I've ever heard of that as a thing that pay an extra few bucks and that part's covered. Like, so it's an alternator, starter, whatever it is,
everything
covered.
There's 20 to 30,000 parts on a vehicle. Really? Any one of those will do into that program. Now, you don't want to have a $200,000, $300,000 car, but the major parts, alternator, like you said, tires, brakes. I know when I first started, we had people that they do battery this year, and then because of the excessive heat, they do battery 2 years from now. And that's not a fun expense to pay constantly, right? Absolutely. But instead, they just come in every year. We do that battery inspection, and they if everything's good, they're good to go down the road. If something's a problem, well, then we replace that battery and send them back down the road. So
awesome. That's amazing. Man, that's cool. Man. I'm excited to hear about more. Well, we're going to go ahead and go to a break, though, but we'll be back with Patrick Lopez with MPG Automotive after this break. I would definitely want you all to go to veteranrescuemission.org. We have a lot of great information about the programs that we do. Right now, the big thing that we're asking for is cars, RVs, and used vehicles, because we have veterans that need those vehicles, as well as we want to try to get as much support to this to our organization as we possibly can. Again, go to veteranrescuemission.org to support what we're doing, to include this very radio show that you're listening to. This is the Common Good Radio Show, brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. I'm here with Andreas Ruiz. He's pretty cool. If you guys don't know him, I'm sorry for you. But if you go to IBelieveInMyself.org, you can get to know him, and he can motivate you to get to that next level.
Yes.
Like he's right now, Andreas Ruiz is sitting next to two powerhouses.
Mm-hmm.
They got there because they had someone like Andreas Ruiz in their life to help get them to that next spot.
Yes.
So if you do not have somebody to help you get to the place of Mr. Patrick Lopez, the vice president of Mpg Automotive, or Mrs. Mary McGuire, the director of Tucson mentoring Tucson's kids.
Yes.
I didn't have to read it.
Yes.
Yeah. Then he's the one to call.
Yeah.
Right. Is that good?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Call me.
Awesome.
Hit me up.
So we have Mr. Patrick Lopez here with Mpg Automotive. Thank you, sir, for being here with us, brother.
Thank you.
And so you were telling us about all the kind of, the family that is Mpg Automotive, and kind of like what is spurred out of that, as well as that really cool program about how any part that you buy, get serviced there, you pay a little extra fee, like you were saying, $10 or something. Yeah, $10.
Yeah.
And that part is covered for your entire life. Like I can't, like after hearing that, I could see myself feeling guilty sitting somewhere else getting work done, knowing that they don't have that available for me to get. Like particularly like this battery. Like I feel like I get a new battery every year. So to think that this is going to be taken care of for the rest of the life of that I own that car.
Good stuff.
That's kind of a big deal.
Absolutely,
I feel like
absolutely,
yeah.
man.
So, but I don't want to get caught up on that. Let's move on to some of the other awesome things that are coming out of Mpg Automotive. So, tell me, Patrick, beyond the business, are there any programs that Mpg is involved in the local community?
Yeah, well, the one you touched on that we had talked about previously is we do that partnership with Gap Ministries, in which we offer that auto tech training program to second chance individuals. That's really us trying to get back to the community. We do many other things.
What does that entail exactly?
Yeah, and so what it does, it entails us teaching individuals that maybe need a second chance. Either they've gone through some sort of addiction, or they're out of a job and need a skill set. Giving them the automotive skill set, giving them the hands-on training that they need. So we actually use one of our live active locations to teach them the job, let them touch a whole bunch of different makes and models of vehicles. And then we give them the almost in-class learning that they need to be successful as they grow in this industry. So with the goal that if they complete this program, they're going to gain employment in our industry, whether it's through us or somebody that we're connected to. But really, it's giving them the jump start that they need to get their life back on track or start their next new career.
And I think I remember you saying on the day at the location that they're doing work, there's like discounts you guys give out or something along those lines.
Yeah. So this week is going to be tires. So the when this episode, when we're on air, it'll be tires, and so we'll do a discount related to tires.
Okay.
It's probably going to be something like a free alignment, something that gives value to the customer. Is really just an opportunity to say, hey, let me get these students a chance to practice on this vehicle, see a vehicle that maybe wouldn't have come to that specific shop, just so that they get an opportunity to practice on the tires, look at the tires, and maybe find some issue that we can advise the customer about. We're not out there looking for issues, but we want to make sure that people go down the road safely and don't have to worry about their tires or brakes or whatever. So.
Yeah, and I think the cool thing I felt about that is like, it's not like when I go over to Empire and get a haircut, which I've gone over to Empire many times and get a haircut, and they give me a discounted haircut or give me some type of special, because they could really mess up my hair.
Oh yeah.
But with what you guys are having the guys do, it's relatively simple stuff. Certainly, it's not anything that you can mess up, and I imagine there's trained mechanics overlooking their work, and you get some free goodies. So that's exactly. Super awesome.
Exactly. There's always an ASE supervising technician, so somebody who has some training, some experience beyond that. So that's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. And really appreciate what you do for the community, especially people, giving them a second chance. When a lot of people are doubting them and they don't want to give them a second chance, you're there for them. So that's a beautiful thing that you're doing for them, man. So what are some of the specials that Mpg Automotive customers can look out for right now?
Yeah, well, like John mentioned, there's those weekly specials that come out, and those come out on Facebook, and we tell them that it's at 2 stores now. Our class is so big now, we have to go to 2 different stores.
Wow.
So it's our Campbell Road location, our Oracle Road location. honestly, if you go to any of my other stores, I'll still help you out. But obviously, the goal is to get those students the opportunity. So I'm not stingy with discounts or rewards when somebody's trying to support us. So I always appreciate that. Beyond that, it's summer. It's 100 degrees, 100 plus soon, I'm sure. And so ACs are going to start becoming a big issue. And so we offer a very affordable $20 AC service.
Nice.
So that way people can come in and not have to worry about their AC. Come in, we'll check it out. We'll make sure everything's operating properly. Maybe you don't realize right now because it's not over 100. Maybe it's not blowing as cool as it needs to be, and it's going to show signs of damage and so on for us. So really, we offer that starting this month and into next month. So even now, if you want, even though it's not out, you can come in and take advantage of that. Just let them know you want to do the $20 AC service. We'll make sure your AC is working properly and get you down the road. So
that's nice, man. As I'm learning more and more, kind of like of the makeup of your organization, like you guys care.
Yeah.
Like it kind of it shows. It shows whether it's that $10, unlimited part discount, this program, just that, that $20 for the AC service, like that's unheard of. Like I feel like, again, a thing that I'm going to the auto store regularly to deal with to get either to charge my AC system or, and most of the times I really have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm just like, I just want to pay $25 for this can. I don't want to worry about it. It's cool to know that, okay, I just pay you guys $20. And then you're probably, if it needs a little topping off, you're going to take care of that. And it's particularly if there's any serious issues, their seal broken or something like that, you guys can let me know before I'm just lost on what's going on.
Well, I mean, like you said, those cans, they don't tell you what's wrong with it. You're just, hopefully it fixes it, right? That's what the hope is there. And, and we're not the type of people that want to throw parts at anything. So we want to get it fixed the right way. And like you said, we do care about the community. I mean, we have 10 locations because the community has given us their trust and they've invested in us, just like we've invested in them. I mean, we give to many local sponsorships. We support veterans, particularly the disabled veterans, people that are vulnerable in our community that need some assistance. So all those people at one time or another have given back to us, right? So we want to give back to them in any way we can. So.
How has that helped you in your life, man? Like just to see that. I mean, was it your father was the example that was always given to the community, or where did you, what did you learn, or where did you learn that from?
Yeah, I mean, my father's a fantastic example. I'm very blessed to have him, and what he's given me is just to be kind to your fellow neighbor.
Love that.
We're successful. We are successful because we put the work in, obviously, but because people believed in us, they gave us a shot. I mean, there was a time where we had no customers, right? There had to be a first customer. Somebody had to believe in us. And so we had to go out there and do the work and give back to the community. And he's always instilled in me that if somebody's hungry, you get them food. We've always done that. If somebody comes up to us and says, hey, I'm hungry, no problem, come with me, let's go get you some food. We're those types. He's always been that type of person. I can say because of him, I am that type of person. So
nice.
Where he got it from, I'm sure was my grandmother and influences in his life. But I think in that sense, you get blessings by giving blessings, not by expecting blessings, right?
So that's powerful, right?
Yeah.
There.
So that's really kind of how I go to market with myself now, based off of what he has taught me.
That's should be like a Hallmark quote.
I know,
you
man.
get blessings by giving blessings.
That right there
not by expecting.
That was a gold nugget right there.
Goodness. You are just too smart for your own good. Does your head hurt from that brain just trying to pop out? Dang, that's good, man.
It's good stuff, man.
A question I had that I don't think we ever touched on before is like, where'd the idea of the auto tech program come from?
Like I said, we always wanted to give back in some way, right? And we weren't exactly sure how we were going to do it. We wanted to do with food banks, we wanted to do with veterans projects, and we've done those. But to really give people a second chance has always been, they've come to us, they've had some automotive experience work, and we've kind of taken them under our wing and done it informally. And they've turned out to be great employees, but they probably struggled for a little bit there, and it was difficult for them. So Gap told us about the program that they had done before, and it just kind of seemed like that's the missing piece. That's what we were missing. And we give them life skills and coaching skills and so on, but we're still running a business, and it's hard to make sure you give people the dedicated time besides the training and give them the life coaching. And so when we heard the Gap could do that for them, it made it like a no-brainer for us.
And you
like,
guys like aren't social service workers. You're
No.
not, that's not your background. You're a super nice guy, super cool, definitely caring. But I learned even in my work as working with the homeless community at the beginning, I wasn't a social service worker until I became a social service worker. So being able to pair with Gap and having both those elements is super awesome. So I guess we got probably about another 30 seconds, so we have to hop out of here. How can people connect with MPG Automotive if they want to?
Yeah, well, through our website, mpgautomotiveservices.com, you can book appointments and so on there. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Facebook is probably our most active right now, where we're giving deals specific to the locations.
Nice.
So just, search MPG Automotive Services. Like I said, there's 10 locations in town. So,
and they're just all over the town. Huh?
They are.
Man.
Yep.
Yeah. It's funny now that like
everywhere, man.
ever since I had you on the show, I see them everywhere. They're just, it's like the car you have, how you see it everywhere once you get a new car.
Absolutely.
That's MPG Automotive for me. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming on the show,
Thank
Patrick
you.
Lopez, MPG Automotive. Yeah, awesome. And this is the Common Good Radio Show, brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. I'm here.